Yeah, it's been a while. I'll say first of all, I want to apologise for it being late by like a week and a day, just like your mum. I lost my voice last week. I'll go into it shortly, but yeah, so it might be a fairly long vlog this. Got a proper tripod now though, so nice. But yeah, it's going to be a fairly long, incoherent, jumbled up mess, because I've got like 2 weeks of stuff to figure out what day it happened on, when it happened. I kept a bit of a diary for the first week, but the second week's just kind of gone downhill. So if I can be bothered, I will put some chapters here. If there's a certain bit that you've seen, you're like, ooh, I'm interested in that, what happened then yeah, just go to the timeline. I don't know how to do the chapter thing on YouTube. I might figure it out. But yeah, welcome to Mental Health Monday, episode 3, but it's a Tuesday. And technically it should be episode 4 because I should have done one last week, but we're still going to go with Mental Health Monday. If you hear lots of noise, it's because people are driving around like assholes and my washing machine's on. I need my phone because it's got my notes on. I have changed the setting as well. The lighting should be pretty like consistent. I don't know if it'll work though. Yeah, so starting off on Tuesday, the 28th of March, I washed up, oh my god, and had some tea. Wednesday is when I got my money in from Universal Credit. So yeah, I'm not working at the minute. I haven't been working for about 5 months. Mainly, I've been thinking about this. I can't blame everything on mental health because I don't know. But yeah, mainly due to my anxiety around public transport and shit like that. So Wednesday, money in from Universal Credit. I got my Tesco shop delivered. One of the things I still haven't managed to do, mainly because of my mental health, but also because I don't drive, and if I was going to do a big shop I'd have to get the bus, and large supermarkets and buses are the two main things. So yeah, didn't fancy lugging all that shit around. But I mean, most people, I think if they could afford and didn't drive, I think some people would still get their like shopping and delivered or whatever. So that's not just an excuse, that's just a fact. Yeah, I ended up going out to the pub as well Wednesday. That was the first of 3 nights, which I will go into shortly. But that night, I ended up being fairly sensible, even though I had all this money in my bank. I ended up being fairly sensible on that night. I've got quite an unhealthy relationship with alcohol. My mum died from it due to, I believe on her death certificate it said liver and kidney failure. And it's something I think she struggled with. I don't know. Obviously, I was quite young. I was quite young when she died. But I feel guilty when I drink. But I feel like I have quite an unhealthy relationship with it. And I know it's quite a common disease, because that's what it is at the end of the day. Alcoholism is a disease. My dad suffers from it. I was going to say he's not as bad as he was. But I think obviously at the time, obviously my mum and dad, they had split up. But he really struggled with alcoholism as well. Don't think quite to the same extent as my mum, but I think when my mum died, it kind of sent him a little bit. So yeah, alcoholism is the thing that ran in my family, ran, and I picked up on it. I don't know if that's the right thing. I enjoy it, you know, everyone does, well, a lot of people do. It's fairly common for people to go out and get rat-assed on a weekend and lose control a little bit. Some people are more sensible than others, and it can be more of an issue for some than others, and I'm in the issue category at the moment, and usually am when I drink. But Wednesday, I'll come back, I'll go on off topic again. Wednesday was the exception. Thursday was my actual birthday, 30th. I turned 26, which is no different from what I remember turning 25 and 24. And yes, it is true, no one likes you when you're 23 or 24 or 25 or 26. I went to my other local city. I'm kind of between two, so I went to the other one with a friend, and they wanted to do some shopping in town, so we ended up going to like the shopping centre and walking around and looking at some stuff. I ended up getting a couple of bits, and then we ended up going for some drinks at, it's this really, let me try and describe it. So this city is like full of phone shops, vape shops, phone and vape shops. What an ultimate combination that is. But there was like a hidden gem, it was like underground, and it was like, I seem to remember last year one of my friends took me there, so I was like, oh yeah, well, if I remember rightly, and if it's open, because I think it was fairly early in the afternoon, and it was the middle-ish of the week, it was a Thursday, so. But yeah, it was open, it was absolutely dead, the card machine was broken, and this poor guy was like, I'm really sorry guys, it's gonna have to be cash only, and like, yeah, but it's fine. But we had some really nice drinks, really cute, really cute place to go and have some drinks. Had some cocktails, and some, I like my cider, so I had a few ciders. She went to meet her mum, and then I got the train. Did I get the train or did I get a taxi? Train, I got the train back. And then I went to the pub again, but it was my birthday, so yeah, I ended up going out and having a few drinks. I seem to remember getting fairly drunk that night. Yes, I did. Yeah, and then Friday we had some bands on at the local pub, town, whatever. Well, I'd say it was mainly my mate that organised it, but yeah, me and my mate and their band basically put some other bands on as well, and it was a really good night. The first band that was on, it's the first time they've played live as a band. And the lead singer was quite nervous. They're all pretty good mates, but it was a cracking gig, really good. I had a blast. Coming back to the alcohol thing, it's like it was part of, not an excuse kind of thing, but like part of it is fun. It is fun to do that kind of thing. Stay out really late, get rat-assed, but I ended up staying up till about 3 o'clock in the morning. But I was in a good mood. This is the thing with drinking with me. I've got to, if I'm in a good mood and a good place, it's okay. Like, I'll still get the anxiety no matter what, but the anxiety, depending on my stupid decisions from the night before, will better or worse, basically. Because I'm sure if there's some people watching, yeah, you'll know I've done some stupid, I mean, haven't we all, but yeah, done some stupid shit drunk. Little wobble at the end of the night, I've put my notes as well. Yes, I think I'd got too drunk and I was starting to get a little bit angry. I don't think anything happened, I just basically stormed off. Everyone kind of fizzled and gone their own pubs and places or whatever. And for some reason I just stormed off, and I don't know why. I just went home. I don't think I caused anything. Don't know. Saturday, I was very hungover, got KFC. Yeah boy, KFC deliveries around here. Pretty quick as well. Sunday, question marks. No idea what happened Sunday. So yeah, this is where it all starts getting a bit fuzzy. So I can't remember exactly what happened in the days after. So bear with me. I might have to just do some quick note reading, making shit. Yeah. I've figured out what happened in the most recent week gone. Excuse me, I'm having a cigarette. I was just looking at Google's terms of service and YouTube and stuff, whether you can actually smoke cigarettes on camera. But these videos aren't monetized, so yeah, I don't think it really matters. So I think I've got up to last Sunday, so Monday last week, Monday the 4th of April, something like that. Didn't do anything, stayed at home, made a stir fry. Look at me making food, woo. Because we were going out of date. No, the veg had gone off by a couple of days. It smelled and tasted fine though, so that was nice. Tuesday, stayed at home, watched the stream. Jimmy Broadbent, he's one of those YouTubers where he's funny. Like, I don't know, it's good content to watch. It's like a British, he does sim racing. And sim racing is basically you've got a pretend pedal and steering wheel set up in you, like in his whatever spare room, playing racing games, simulation style racing games. It's funny, but he does some like stupid stuff as well. But he's dealt with some mental health shit as well. I think he hasn't really gone into detail about it and stuff, but yeah, it's nice to relax and watch his stuff because it's funny. It just brings me around a little bit if I'm feeling crap or whatever. Wednesday I had my first session of therapy, and it was proper sit down talking therapy, which I'm in a really lucky position that my my family, one of my members of my family is paying for. Yeah, I got some, like, it was a 50-minute session and it just went like that. It was so fast. I felt like a word vomited. I talked mainly about my anxiety and like the causes behind, or what I think might be the cause behind it. I've done CBT in the past. I don't know. It hasn't. I don't know if I've really kind of engaged with it properly. I think if I was in a better place, I'd feel a bit more inclined, because it just felt like I was getting like PDF documents panned off at me for whatever week just to go and study for that week, which is fine. But I think I'm not too far gone. I don't know what the right word is, but yeah, need some actual like therapy, I think. So, but I've got my next session probably tomorrow or Thursday. I don't know. I need to check that. Thursday I got my tattoo. I don't know if you saw my first vlog, but quite emotional in it. But yeah, I talked about getting a tattoo for my. It was the semicolon project, which is quite a cliche, common tattoo, but obviously like, it's got meaning to me because I have tried to take my own life before, and I do self-harm, and I have had thoughts about not being here. If you want to like know more about why, then check out the first video. I'll put it in the cards up here. I think it would be. But yeah, I'll show you, but I'll probably put a picture on over screen because it's starting to scab up a little bit now. And that went really well. I had a friend come with me. We ended up going out. We had a coffee. We had a walk around town. Did a bit of shopping and stuff. We just sat and had a natter. Really nice day out. Thursday night, so I came back on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday night I ended up going back out and I went to the pub. Met a friend who was hosting rock and roll bingo where they work, and yeah, we ended up having a few beers. It was a good laugh, a couple of drinks. I came home Friday. I felt really good. I felt quite positive that day. I don't think anything really happened much. Yeah, I had a video call with a friend in the evening. The weather was quite good, so I ended up having a drink of. It was just like coffee and water, but I was just sat in the garden with some music playing. Tried to get a bit of sun. Yeah, pretty good day that. Didn't get up, just at home. Didn't get up so much, but Saturday, someone came to pick up some equipment I was selling. It was my old PA. That I used to use when I was DJing, because I was out of money, and yeah, I'm going to talk about money in a minute, but yeah, I ended up spending that the day after. So, but yeah, no, Saturday I had a friend Corey come over, and we had some, didn't have any beers, we just sat and drank. I had a couple of brews and some water, and we just sat and listened to music for a few hours, talked about music and stuff, and yeah, it's yeah, this guy's struggling with some stuff as well, so it was good to like talk and bond just about like mental health really, and shit that's been going on in each other's lives. Sunday night I ended up going out and spending the money I put aside from his PA, nearly all of it. Got far too drunk, bumped into some people at the club we were at. Had a good natter. Made a couple of new friends as well. Yeah, we came back here and we had some music on quite loud till very early in the morning. Lots of beers, lots of just chatting shit. It was a good night, but yeah, I feel really like disrespectful because the music was really loud and really late. Monday, so yeah, the Monday after I was hanging out of my ass, understandably. One of my mates from the night before ended up falling asleep on the sofa and crashed, and so when I woke up, he ordered us some Mackies and we watched some YouTube. Yeah, one of the things I wanted to just talk about is like money. How selfish and reckless I've been with my drinking and my spending, because it's an issue. Because I'm not doing anything, I've got a lot of time on my hands, but I've also not got a lot of money because I'm not working. But I've also not got a lot of money because I'm spending it in the pub. 80% of it, let's say 70% in the pub, 20% on takeaways and shit I don't need. And then the 10% I've got, the little amount I've got is going on bills, and I need to put more aside from it because I'm living recklessly. Not topping up my gas and electric. Not putting any money aside for my own rent, which one of my family members is paying for in full each month, even though I am getting benefit money as well. It's not good. Disrespectful, and I know it is. It's there's no excuse for it. There really isn't. I should just be more sensible with my spending. It's rude. It's a shit thing to do. But I think it's one of my vices. It's one of my vices is drinking. It's all well and good socialise with friends and stuff, but I should only do that when I've got a stable income. And at the moment I'm at risk of not being able to pay my rent. My family won't see me done hard by, if that makes sense when it comes to money, but I shouldn't rely on that income. Yeah, another point as well, it's not been too bad this week, but the week before I was feeling a bit like insecure, not liked, for a number of reasons. Like most of it is probably just my anxiety, but I have done some stupid stuff and I've said some stupid stuff in the past to people. I bumped into a few of them on the night of the gig. They ended up going out to the pub and I pulled them aside. I was just apologised for how I'd acted and what I'd done and said, and it's been playing on my mind for like years, just like a little bit picking away at it, because they were a really good group of friends and I'd made some shit decisions and I fucked that up. Like, I hold my hand up and say like, yeah. So I ended up having a chat with them. The guy that I fucked over the most, technically, well, yeah. I acknowledged what I'd done and what I'd done wrong. I apologised, and he had a handshake and he said apology accepted, and it was like, shit, I don't know, I wasn't expecting that response at all. The thing like being obsessed with being liked. The God complex, is that the right term? Wanting to be the funny one, wanting to be noticed, and I don't know, I think everyone maybe doesn't struggle with that. But anyway, yeah, so I did this poll on Facebook and Instagram. One of the things I obsess about is numbers, and I think that comes with being a YouTuber, quote unquote. Using air quotes in 2023, how cringe. Subscribers, view count, watch time, like comment, all this stuff, like it's just these little numbers, and it just like, if you see, you get more one week than you do another, and sometimes it's because of the algorithm, and sometimes it's because of this and that, and the content was better that week, or fucking, I don't know, whatever. But like, I obsess over like followers and friends numbers and like a snap score and shit like that, like arbitrary numbers that don't really mean anything. Like, you could have 50 friends on Facebook, or you could have 2,550 friends on Facebook. Like, why does it matter? It shouldn't matter. And to most people it doesn't. Like, these are the poll results. I'll probably slap them on the screen or whatever. The amount of people that voted, like, the question I put was like, do you know how many followers and friends you've got exactly within like a margin of error, basically? And 90% or 95% of people said no, and I was the only one who voted yes. So I've got some weird obsession with like that. I don't know what that means. I might have to talk about it in therapy when I next do therapy. But I don't know. Right, I'm gonna leave it there because I've got about 50 minutes worth of footage I'm gonna have to edit tonight. Oh, I don't know if I could be asked, but I need to cut it down a little bit. I'm gonna try and get it down by like 15-20 minutes. I don't think I'll be able to, but I'm gonna try. Cut out all the crap. If you have made it this far into the video, I want to say really, really massive, absolutely gigantic thank you. If you did enjoy the video, drop it a like. If you've got any suggestions about anything, whether you relate to anything I've said, or whether you've got any suggestions to anything that I've asked, or whether you, yeah, I don't know, relate, or you can just drop a comment. If you want to see this kind of vlog style mental health vlog thing in the future, I am going to try and stick to a weekly upload. I'm going to try my damnedest. Drop a subscribe and then you'll get notification when I upload. Click the little bell icon thing. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next week. Bye.